Hello, it's John Heaton here. Another video. It's Saturday morning and we've got no electricity in the house, so virtually the only thing we can do is either play the piano or make another video. So I'm making another video, and I'm doing Paul Simon's debut solo album as requested by my Aunt Erica with a C, and it was Erica who got me into Paul Simon all those years ago when she bought me a copy of this album back in 1982, and I never looked back. After hearing this greatest hits, I went and discovered all the solo stuff. I must say, you know, in recent years, his solo stuff is not been quite at the same level, but in the 70s, with the debut album, There Goes Rhyming Simon, Still Crazy, One Trick Pony, just really consistent stuff. So there we go. So this album is a classic debut. It's one of my favorite debut solo albums. It's really up there with the best. Coming after Bridge Over Troubled Water in 1970, this album came out in 72, and it's just a joy. I mean, it starts off with Mother and Child Reunion, which is a great reggae number. Reggae was pretty much unheard of in Western Europe and US back in the early 70s, and this is a really ahead of its time track, and it's great melody, great musicianship, love it. Duncan, the next track, acoustic, great words, it's like a story in itself, and what can I say? The lyrics, I'm not going to quote them, but they're, you know, brilliant. Everything put together falls apart is a short song, but it's classic. The words are great, and again, it's just a story in itself, and it's quite depressing in a way. Run That Body Down, next track, is much more upbeat, although it's, again, the lyrics are quite dark, but a nice uplifting tune at least. So I love that song. Armistice Day, probably the only slightly weak track on the album. Don't really care for it too much. I appreciate the sentiment of the lyrics, but as a song, I could do without it, to be honest. Side 2, Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard. A classic, another classic. Great acoustic, fast strumming, great tune, great words, love it. Peace Like a River. Another great sort of slowish song with great words. And what I can say about Paul Simon's words on this album is just that they're just so good. I don't know if he wasn't stretching himself when he was with Garfunkel, but on this album and on the next two, his lyrics are brilliant, very personal. Papa Hobo, again, another similar song, and I love it. Detroit, got a hell of a hockey team. Hobo's Blues is a kind of instrumental with a bit of violin on it. It's okay. It's not the strongest track, I have to say. Paranoia Blues, again, it's a blues. It's okay. Interesting words, actually. Congratulations, a great closer to the album. Great piano. Again, quite a dark lyric. And actually, I've trying to play this song on the piano. It's quite tricky. There's some pretty. Well, one thing I'll say about Paul Simon's music is he uses strange chords. So it's not like trying to play Dylan or something where there's like 3 or 4 chords. He's into like G13s and stuff. So bit of a challenge on the piano. So this is my copy, and that's the back cover. And the words, sorry, the picture with the words. And then here I have my signed copy, which I got on eBay. Beautifully autographed there, as you can see, normally on my wall. So, that's Paul Simon's debut from 1972. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.